Usually when I make storytime videos, I have to think which of these stories will make the best title, but this time, I think all of them will. So today I'm gonna tell you guys some stories from uni. I don't even know how I get into these kind of things and how this happens to me, but if nothing else, I have good stories to tell. So first up is the story of how I got locked in inside of uni. I didn't get locked out, I got locked in. This is actually one of the most terrifying things that have ever happened to me, and I actually haven't told this story to a lot of people, so I mean, here you go. So I was at uni working on something by myself. I was in a Mac room, and to access those you have to swipe your ID, student ID card. So I was in there all by myself and I had to use the bathroom, so I left the room, took my key card with me. That was the only thing I took with me, and I went downstairs to find a toilet. At the end of the stairs there's a door, and like if you guys know how like stairwells work, like you have to open the door to access the floor you're on, and the door was locked. So I was like, what's going on? Why? Something kind of similar has happened to me before, so at that point I knew that they had closed off that part of the building. I thought that the Mac rooms were open as long as the library, and the library was open till 9, but this was around like 6 or 7 o'clock, and it was definitely closed. It was locked. I could not get out. So I was like, okay, I'll go get my stuff and I'll leave. The room I was in was on the 3rd floor, and luckily they were not blocked off with this door. I didn't have to like get through a door to go get to my room. So I got back to the room, I swiped my card to get in, card didn't work. Apparently when they close the building off, your student card won't do anything anymore. Like, it won't like give you access to the rooms because you're not meant to be there anymore. But I did not know this. And at that point, I just promised myself I will never leave the room again without taking my phone with me. And also what they do when they close the building off, they turn off all of the lights. And this point of my uni journey, I had not been in that building a lot, so I didn't really know it very well. And it is the most confusing building on campus. It's literally like, it's horrible. It's hard to find your way in daylight, and it was now pitch black. I couldn't see anything. And I'm also lucky enough that I'm scared of the dark. So I was low-key panicking, walking through the corridors, no light whatsoever. I didn't have my phone, so I didn't have a flashlight, didn't have any light source. I just walked through the corridors, I couldn't even see where there was a door, so I had to just feel my way, which was actually terrifying. And if they check their CCTV, they can just see me like walking around like this. Yeah, I must look very stupid in that. Not only did I not even know like which stairways or like which doors led down to the like ground floor to like find someone to help me, I didn't even know which of these doors would be open. So I think I went down about like 6 stairways, and this is like 4 flights of stairs. Like I was on the 3rd floor, and whoever I needed to find was on the ground floor. So this was a lot of walking up and down the stairs, and it was so disappointing, like walking down a pitch black like stairwell kind of thing and getting all the way to the bottom and then testing the door and it was locked. I was just like, no, I'm never gonna get out of here. I got to the point where I thought I would just have to like sleep on the floor that night, like sleep outside the room, and I really didn't want to have to do that. But then finally, this is literally the last door. I was at the end of the building, like there were no other doors. I went down and the downstairs door was open. I was so happy I got out in the reception, and I was like, oh, wow, I got out. The reception was closed because it was too late, like no one needs help at this time. No normal person needs help at this time. So I was just there thinking like, who's gonna help me? Like, who's still here? The library's still open, so I went to the library and I explained to the guy like, hey, I'm locked out of one of the Mac rooms. I have no idea how to get back in, and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be in there. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll call security and ask where they are, so we'll know when they'll come here so they can like get you back in there. And I was like, oh, okay. There's a solution. I'll have to wait here for God knows how long, but I'm saved. It's okay. And at this time, I'd recently moved into a new flat, so I had new flatmates. I was trying to kind of make a good impression, and that day one of my flatmates had her friends over, and it was the first time I was gonna meet them. So they were kind of expecting me home at a reasonable time, and I told them I won't be long. I was long. I was very long. So I used one of the computers in the library to text my flatmate Reese. I was like, dude, I am locked inside uni. I don't know when I'll come home. And they still make fun of me for this to this day, as they should. I mean, I wouldn't let anyone forget this. So obviously this story had a happy ending. Security guy came, went upstairs with me, locked me in. I got my stuff and I left. But I really like can't think that I was 100% in the wrong here. I don't think you should close off a part of a building without checking if anyone's in there. Like, is that actually legal? Or it's not safe. And I mean, I'm joking about this, but that was terrifying, like walking around there all by myself. Like, I was so scared, and I don't ever want that to happen again, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. Okay, so the next story. another one in which I make a fool of myself. This was my first year. This was when I first got to uni and I like moved into halls, and it took me like 3 days to meet my flatmates because I was always out, I was always doing things. So when I first met them, they were like outside sitting on their skateboards, so I was like, ooh, I'm really gonna like fit in here. So I got my skateboard and I sat down on it, crossing my legs, actually pretty much how I'm sitting right now actually. If I can show you guys. Please don't make fun of my pajama bottoms. And I remember I heard something rip, but I didn't know what. So I didn't care. When I came inside like an hour later, I realized my jeans were ripped. And not only were they were ripped in like the crotch area. Like, I'm hoping that no one noticed this, but they definitely did. I mean, the ripped part of the jeans was very exposed, so there's no way they wouldn't have noticed. Such a great first impression. Midway through this video, I actually realized this is too long for one video and I don't want to have to cut the stories super short. It won't really justify the stories and it won't really allow me to tell them properly. So I'm just gonna end this video here and I'm gonna upload the second part tomorrow. So you guys get 2 stories today and then 2 stories tomorrow. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please give me a thumbs up so I know you guys like them, and I'll see you tomorrow. Keep up the good vibes.